Whew, girl, AI almost had me out here looking like an amateur when I am not. I'm an authority. You have to be able to catch when you're using these AI tools when it's leading you in the wrong direction. That one simple tweak, one simple tweak can mean a big difference between you sitting there and continuing to use that chat for creating your next enrollment event. Are you about to go create your launch, your next batch of emails, your next challenge, your next enrollment event for a webinar, a masterclass, your next lead magnet, right? Are you about to create? I don't want you out here looking like an amateur when you are an authority too. You have years of experience, and you using some of these AI tools might be causing you to look a little mediocre. And I know that is not your jam. I know that you have spent so much time crafting and mastering your area of expertise, and you cannot let it all crumble because you have some mediocre messaging based off of literally a very small, simple, and very fixable and easy thing we could have caught because you were using AI. Now, nothing's wrong with using and leveraging these tools, but let me talk about what you need instead. So let me show you what just happened so that you can prevent this from happening for yourself. Let's talk about it. I spent the last decade working with over 2,000 women around the world, high value expert women, founders, thought leaders, speakers, consultants, coaches, women who are packaging years and decades of high value expertise into their signature methods and premium packaging and offers and all the things, right? And listen, AI, you got to be careful. I have clients inside of my inner circle where they are signing 4-figure clients and 5-figure clients. I have a member who just sold a $10,000 package, and we have talked about, even for her in our group calls, I'm in other members as well who use AI, but we'll do a lot of brainstorming together. We do a lot of the extracting of the messaging together through my money in the message method. And then we'll go through, okay, now that you have the foundational points, the powerful key positioning points, here's how to go put this into ChatGPT. And then they still come back and bring it to me because I still be fixing what ChatGPT give them. So I want to show you, I have taken time because listen, this is near and dear to my heart. It took me a minute to utilize any type of AI and to embrace it, right? And so from a workflow standpoint, from a productivity standpoint, I have an assistant. And so if you hear dinging, it's my Slack from her. And so she put something into ChatGPT. It fired something back out. And so she gave it to me to approve. And so I was like, this is a little off. And I'm going to show you why. You still need to make sure you have a sales messaging, communication strategist, somebody by your side who can support you in double checking. Y'all can't just be going in here and copying and pasting just because it tells you that this is right. And yes, this speaks to your person. It doesn't really, it's still a computer. You still need to have double, you still need to have another pair of eyes, especially if you are someone who values humanizing your content and your messaging. You can utilize these tools. You can leverage them for sure. They're great for helping you ideate, but with my clients, we still come in and I provide you personalized individual feedback. We have consulting clinics. We have individualized coaching that goes down. I had a one-on-one call literally a couple minutes ago with one of our members inside. I was in a Voxer chat with another member. So there's still individual coaching and consulting that goes down because that's still important. And yes, you can still leverage these tools, but you need to make sure you double check what they got going on. Let me show y'all what just happened. Hold on. I give ChatGPT this summary of my person and I say, they're like, oh yes, we've locked and load on who you work with. You work with women who aren't new in business. They tell me that. Okay, y'all. Okay. So then I go and put a reel that my assistant put together. And I said, okay, so when you see this reel, would you say this is to my deepening woman or to my discovering woman? Because we have 3 different phases that our women tend to go through. My discovery women that we've had courses and we do intensives with, they tend to be under that 30K mark. And then our deepening women tend to be between a 20K to a 50K up until about 100K, 120K mark. And then we have our dominating women who tend to be in a multiple 6 figures. So we have some clients who anywhere from 150, 250 mark plus, right? So all of them are looking to get into a space of doing multiple 6 figures, of course, but they start at different points. This is a reel and I'm like, something's off in here, but I'm curious what it says. So I put the caption. Y'all, look what it says. Yes, this is absolutely written for your deepening woman, not your discovering woman. So this is a woman who's already doing at least minimum 20 to 30K, but up to about 100K. So it's telling me all the reasons why it works. It gives me one change to make. Y'all, look what I say. I completely disagree. This is not fully speaking to my deepening woman, and I give it examples. You're telling me it says, oh, your content isn't selling. That's not true. My clients all come into my inner circle with content that has sold or is selling, and it says like it's costing. I'm like, that's not true. It says that oops, this should say likes, not lies, but she's getting likes and she's getting views. It in the thing it said you weren't. So why did it tell me yes, you're speaking to your deepening woman? No, it's not. So then guess what it tells me? After I tell it I disagree, it tells me, oh, yes, thank you for catching that. You're absolutely right. That opening isn't wrong, but it under positions it. It suggests she's still trying to make content that's. Listen, it is so important for you to have this deep clarity, right? That's why we do advanced client clarity with our clients inside of Money in the Message, my inner circle. That's why I teach my client intimacy messaging method, because if you don't understand how to powerfully connect with your people in your content, in your conversations, in your copy, in your collateral, then my love, we can't even be talking about you increasing your sales. When you come into Money in the Message, I help you elevate your conversions. The way that we elevate your conversions without you having to necessarily do more, because I know that most of you think, oh, I just have to get more people on my stuff, right? I have to get more people in my stuff. I have to get more eyes. I want to teach you how to get more yeses before you get so stressed out with just getting more eyes. So as you get more eyes, meaning more traffic, whether it's through organic opportunities, activities, things like that, or if it's through any type of paid traffic, so ads or any type of paid things that lead to automations or funnels or whatever it is. So if you're doing a combination, hybrid approach, or if you're doing one or the other, doesn't matter. As you get more eyes, if you've already understood how to get more yeses, then you will be able to double your efforts, right? But even if you just focus on knowing how to get more yeses, how to turn your messaging into sales messaging that pre-qualifies and pre-positions and pre-sells your offer, because it knows how to position your work and how to connect with who you're talking to on a deeper level, you are going to instantly increase your conversions. My clients have been doing it for over a decade, okay? It is how my clients, through organic and or paid activities, assets, automations, right? It's how we have been able to do this. You cannot be relying on these things. You have to be using your own brain. You have to know your client on a deep level. You have to be able to know when to say, no, that's wrong. I disagree with you. So how you tell me, yes, this speaks to your person, and then I tell you I disagree, and here's why I disagree, and then you tell me, oh, you're right. You have to be able to catch when you're using these AI tools when it's leading you in the wrong direction. That one simple tweak can mean a big difference between you sitting there and continuing to use that chat for creating your next enrollment event. Are you about to go create your launch, your next batch of emails, your next challenge, your next enrollment event for a webinar, a masterclass, your next lead magnet, right? Are you about to create ads and now you're about to go spend $5 a day or $500 a day? Are you about to go create a whole PR pack? Are you about to go update your messaging on your website and rebrand your copy on your website? Are you about to go create your bio? Like, what are you about to go create? YouTube episodes and podcast episodes and content for reels and all these things. You are about to go create all of this content with all of this messaging and all of this copy for various parts of your visibility, marketing, and sales assets in your business, for your brand, for your marketing and your sales efforts. And you mean to tell me you're going to do it off of something that could have one slight and simple but powerful and impactful mistake, all because you don't understand how to actually double check what it's giving you, how to actually ask it the right questions, how to actually provide it the profiles that it need. Now, I actually was testing it in a brand new chat. I understand how to take the work that we do inside of Money in the Message. You're going to be building an advanced client clarity chart. It is going to help you get so deep into your client's mindset and what they're going through and the psychographics, because we don't do surface level and just the demographics over here. You go deep into what really do they value? What really do they care about? Who truly are they? And I'm talking about your more ready to buy clients, not the people who are browsers, not the people who are freebie seekers. I'm talking about the people who are ready to take action and make decisions. So the more that you get to know them, not only the better you're able to speak to them, the deeper you're able to connect with them in your real-time efforts, but because you are a woman who's experienced and seasoned, you should be focusing on scaling. So we need to be taking these things, this messaging, right? This refined, optimized, next level messaging, right? Your scalable sales messaging. We need to be putting it into other areas of your brand, your visibility, your marketing, and your sales pathways and funnels, automations, your assets, your collateral. That's going to look different for every one of you, but you can't just focus on real time, meaning the video you're going to make today for a reel, the live stream you're going to make today for whatever platform, the email that you're going to send out tomorrow, post that you're scheduling for next week. We can't just focus on that, a talk that you're doing next week. We have to also think about that podcast that's going to be around for the next 6 months, that YouTube video that's going to be around for the next year. We also have to think about that freebie that you're going to have on your website for a couple years, right? I have freebies that have been around for a couple years, or maybe there's an ad. I've had ads at different points of my business that have run for 18 months or 24 months at a time. You have to think about there's different real-time activities that you're doing within your visibility and your marketing, but then there's also assets and collateral that are going to be more evergreen, that are going to be more like long-term. So your messaging is in all of this. And one of the mistakes I see women make when they're experienced and when they're seasoned, so when they're in that growth and scaling stage and season of scaling, right, is that they don't go back and they don't refine and refresh the messaging. So you can have something from years ago, but you never went back and refreshed the messaging. So it's connected to the people that you used to talk to and who you used to be. So that's another thing. We got to refresh that. So anyway, you have to make sure that you're refreshing those things, you're refining those things, and you also have to make sure you're being careful with what tools you're using, right? And it's not the tool that's the issue, right? You still have to make sure you're showing up and you're putting in the right information. So one of the things I love is that in Money in the Message, when we are building out these profiles, then yes, I understand that, as a writer myself, I have been called the human ChatGPT by my clients. Okay, I have been called that. Okay, but I've had to accept that we get to leverage these AI tools. However, don't have them out here making you look amateur when you are an authority, sis. So something as simple as that. What if you were to sit there and create a whole new launch plan? Like you have a program you're about to relaunch and you were about to go off of that. And then you're going to create everything from that one simple thing that could have been tweaked and we could have caught it. And that's why I have my clients still bring me anything into the program in our group calls, in our one-on-ones, inside of our group, at our clinics, in their private one-on-one chats or their calls. I have them still bring it to me because I want to take a peek. Let's just double check that they got you on the right path, because I would hate for you to be 20 chats in and you've been using this, and now 3 weeks later, 3 months later, we're like, wait a minute, when were you using that? Where did that come from? Oh, I got that from chat and I created a whole funnel around it. Well, why did you do that? No. So make sure that you still have the support. And if you want that support, somewhere around this video, you should see a way to either DM me. You should also see a way to join us inside of Money in the Message, right? So make sure you do what you got to do to get some support. Ask me any questions that you need to ask me somewhere around this video. DM me any questions that you have. Go to moneyinthemessage.com and just go ahead and join us, sis, okay? And if you have questions, you'll see a way to DM me at the bottom of the page. I can't wait to support you because I want to make sure you're not out here looking amateur. You're too much of an authority to have that happening. And it's time for your next level messaging. And it's now, not later. All right. Bye, love.